Well, what have we got here? Looks like another episode of TerraFirmaCraft with DankNStein. Yes, it does. Episode 68 here, as far as I'm aware. And we've got a few bits and bobs to do just to kick us off. So the first thing to say is that lines are now open. What I mean by that is that I've finally now set up the official place where you can submit your requests for your sort of plinth or little shrine in our palace here. But the plan with this big palace, among other things, is to have a giant hallway in it as a monument to all of the early subscribers to the DankNStein channel. So this monument will be open to anybody who's a subscriber before we hit 1,000. Well, right now we're on 870 or something, so we're approaching like 100 to go, and that's awesome. So thank you all so much. Like, we are nearly at 1,000 subscribers, and once we get to 1,000 subscribers, the lines will close and you will no longer be able to request what you would like to have to honor you. But we're going to build this hall with 1,000 places. We probably won't have everybody take us up on this offer, but I hope most of you will. So between now and the moment that we hit 1,000 subscribers, the Google form that I have put in the description of this video will be open. And you can fill in the Google form. It's literally 2 or 3 questions, so it takes you like 20 seconds to fill it in, but I'm only accepting submissions from that Google form because trawling through comments on episodes, there's too many episodes, there's too many comments. We obviously need to finish this build as well, but between now and 1,000 subscribers, the lines are open. So you have one block at the bottom with a sign on it with your name, so you can choose your sign and you can choose your block, and then you can have some decorative thing on top of that. So it could be like, if you wanted to be really cruel to me, it could be an armor stand with a whole suit of armor, or it could be something nice and cheap. I'd like that. But what I did say about this originally, and I stand by this, is I don't mind if it's a really expensive request. I don't mind if it's a really cheap request. I just want you to be true to yourself. Do not just troll me and say something expensive for fun. If it's got to be a red steel block, it's got to be a red steel block. But is that because actually that is what says the most about you? I want the hallway to be personal and to really say something about our first 1,000 subscribers here. So that's exciting. The link is in the description. The lines are now open. Okay. Now, one thing I noticed, we had 2 travel anchors in the chest down there, which I have just now picked up, but I noticed this watching back last episode, was that I left more of them in here. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so while we're actually on the topic of things from last episode as well, Defenders reminded me we could have just done our bronze alloys here in the alloy smelter instead of breaking our back over the old TFC. Actually, it wasn't the anvils, was it? It was the TFC crucibles we were using, but they are time consuming, and this would have been so much quicker. So thanks, Defenders. Rebel Night Owl also made a comment about renaming travel anchors. Problem is, if we do it, what actually happens is kind of glitchy. You just get that. You just get this big white box. It's not drawing the letters. Maybe is it 4 letters because I wrote home? Like, if we add another letter, does it become like 5 segments? It does. So it looks like there's something wrong with it. It's not drawing the letters right. So if anyone knows what that issue is, let me know, because I would love to name these and be able to see them. But for now, rather than having all that stuff flashing up, I think it's just prettier. It's just simpler to leave them like this. Anyway, just quickly from last episode, I'm going to move this smeltery controller around to here, because I just came over to test this thing out again, and it is true, the thing that's actually most irritating about it, let's put it here, is not being able to kind of control everything from the same spot. So now if we'd like this, that's where our obsidian's going to come out of anyway, but we can now stand here. Oh, does it need to be on the bottom layer? Yes, must be a bottom layer thing. For now anyway, we'll just use the bucket again, but yeah, let me know about the best pump, because I know about the Buildcraft pump, but that's going to require power. So I guess we could set up like a windmill or something, but you know. And we have talked about having a windmill actually over here as part of the farm, which provides some passive power for the town. Anyway, for now, double check that this does all still work. So we just like flick that switch for a bit and let in some water. Flick that switch for a bit, let in some lava. Insane, isn't it? This is actually very, very quick. Okay, yeah, so that's too much water to the point now where we have to wait for obsidian to leave before we can make more room for more lava. Okay, alright, and then done the opposite now. Okay, it's kind of amazing. So yeah, the obsidian clearly condenses down quite nicely. Like the amount of water and lava we'd have to put in would fill this thing over and over again. But as it converts into obsidian, it seems to take up less and less space. You know, you now have 28 ingots of the stuff in there. We're still absolutely full on lava here, so the production in here is keeping up. Yeah, that lava, yeah, that bucket is like blocked in there just waiting. So the thing immediately fills up every time we use a bit of lava. Okay, yeah, so basically this thing is working an absolute treat now. It's just unbelievably efficient. 57, yeah, from 38. Okay, great. So what are we actually going to be doing today? Well, the main project is I thought would be a little bit of a build because we did a lot of metalworking last time. We have a boat here and that's all. It's just a boat. And I want a dock, like a proper dock. And I think it can come right here. This is the perfect spot for the dock. So, there is this to deal with. And we need to pick a pallet. So let's go pick a pallet. Okay, well I think what I want is dolomite. For a dock, I feel like dolomite will work. Now I've only got that much cobble. We may need to go and get some more cobble. Let's see if this is enough. I'm going to turn all this cobble into bricks. Now, as for what wood to go with the dolomite, call me crazy, but I'm thinking willow. I feel like the green wood will add quite a lot. And look at how many planks we've just got already made. I think the green and the grey, I think it's going to give us an aqua feel. But we do also want, I think, some logs. Douglas fir would be perfect with that very dark texture. Otherwise, we could use our friend the spruce, and we have loads of spruce. And actually, maybe a little bit of the greys and reds in there might provide some nice variety. Let's have a look at this colour scheme. Okay, there's the basic feel of our dock, and I think that feels docky. The green adds a nice algae kind of thing. This texture also feels a bit damp, like wet or moist or something. And the darker stone bricks also feel more wet. I think everything just needs to look a bit dirty and damp for it to be like dock blocks, right? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that it's going to be a little bit covered. Oh yeah, we forgot to deal with this. Unbelievable. Okay, we can just... Surely that's allowed. Alright, so, we've cleaned up. Just about. And so I'm going to I suppose I'll start by throwing down a few shapes. So just looking down at it from over here, you know, what I think I want is like two docky, harboury bits. There's going to be a halfway point where there's going to be a covered bit, and they're going to be higher up, and then they'll get lower and they'll go out uncovered. That's the plan. So we just kind of need to mark out those boundaries, like how big exactly we think this thing should be and how tall it should be. I think if we're coming from over here, we maybe want to be at like that level. And is too wide enough? What do you think? I think too wide is probably enough. Because I think what we want to do is we do want to surround this with the bricks, you see. So we'll have... I guess if we can incorporate these, that's better as well. But we'll sort of have something like this. I wonder if we should put those in like that, just to break it up a bit. Maybe they wouldn't look bad sticking out of there as well. Yeah, it's a kind of unusual look for TFC, isn't it? But I don't mind it. Maybe we don't have them down here. Maybe the bolts literally only go across the top where it joins the rest of the thing. You know, then I sort of wonder, is it weird that these don't go... I mean, what about... Just trying a few different things here. give the top row kind of a different feel, but then do we actually just want them to have the fully different feel? We'll just try every sort of option here and then take a look. Now, yeah, that one's nicer, but then, okay, is it better back how it was originally? I think it is, you know. Let's compare the other two again. No, let's keep them in the middle for now. Okay, so we've got our basic structure here then. The other thing I might actually do is raise these planks actually by like half a slab. So they'd actually be at this height. But then we'll chisel them down a half slab. We actually do have our chisel and everything on us. It's very good, very good. Muchly debated in my own head what is the more enjoyable way of making half slabs. Is it with the stair tool like this, or is it with the actual slabbing tool like this? And I think I prefer the stair one just because you can get more of a straight shot through. Like with the stair one I can go like this and keep going along into the blocks behind it, and I just think that's a little bit faster. So what's that like from underneath? So that adds, yep, that adds something from looking at it from this angle. It helps kind of make the top feel like it's got something different going on about it, because these weren't quite different enough. But then when you come up here, it also means those don't feel too tall. Yeah, I think this works. So this is good. It's very high up, but I guess the idea is that you'd have there would have been bigger ships in here once upon a time. Nighttime is falling. So with this design in mind, I'm going to map out the basic shape of all this. And then we'll be right back to discuss the next steps. And I kind of thought that this episode can just be a nice building episode. Like, we can really look in detail at this build now, you know, and take it step by step, rather than throwing it all into a montage. Although I'm sure there'll be a bit of this episode that is montaged somewhere or another. We'll find a way. So yeah, so that's our start now. Let's throw down the shape. All right, and boom, there it is. Not too bad. So yeah, I mean, I think in general this all went rather smoothly. Like, I like the palette. One thing I've been actually just wondering about here is whether we might enjoy switching these out for basalt. Just see if that adds even more flavor. I'm betting that it will. We might need to sleep to be able to see it with proper lighting. Okay, you know what's jarring? The ones in the middle. The ones in the middle don't work. Like, that's for sure. So, but I think the ones on the wood definitely work. So I think that's what we're going to do then. We're just going to get rid of all those, replace them with these. Yeah, looking at it from here, yeah, that just seems to complete, like, it feels way more believable now that that's like one column, because the color of the brick just matches, but the brick overlapping the log definitely gives a sense of depth. You know, you can imagine that basalt thing is like a case, like a kind of dark, like black, painted black, like metal or stone kind of case holding the logs in place. It's very nice indeed. So that's good. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased with how this has turned out. But obviously we just skipped straight through that, really. So I'll take you on the journey. You know, we had to dive pretty deep underwater to get a lot of this finished. And I actually just drew the line at a certain point. The logs do go all the way to the bottom, but the bricks don't quite make it all the way down. But you know, to the point where you can actually see them. I think I might come in later and finish the job. But then you've also got these kind of smaller platforms down here, which is where I would, you know, imagine those kind of boats would dock in, basically. But the rest of this, I think, is going to be a building. Okay, I think we have a covered area. I think that covered area will be from here. So I have one little bit stuck out, and then I guess you're going to have something there, but then part of me is thinking, yeah, I think maybe from here, I might actually pull up all of this. Oh, it's a shame we flattened it, so I think we don't get this back if we destroy it. Nevertheless, I do think it is what we need to do, and I'm going to put like bricks, I think, starting to go upwards here. Yeah, let's do that. You know what's so amazing is when you run out of blocks and we just go like, boom, and we're there. I love it. So anyway, once we've got this done here, I think that's the bulk of like yeah, that's what I want the building to look like. Yeah, I think it's fine. We might, you know what we might do? Let's remove these edges. Because we don't have the edges sticking, like the edges are there, but they're like sunk down a block. And also we're going to put more like walls or fences or something around there. So I get the feeling that it might look better if like our wall is here anyway. If this doesn't have those edges so it matches more what's going on below. I don't know. And the other thing we need to do is deal with this wall here. I think it has to just be a continuation of this design. Considerations, guys, considerations. Also, because we don't really have that many blocks left. I think we've got nearly all of the spruce that we have to our name here now. I wonder what kind of entrance a big dock building like this has. Anyway, what I want to do is roof it. So let's just start by maybe like deciding on a kind of height that feels about right. Try there. Right, so we're starting to build it up and get the proportions going here. And I think what we'll probably want is for these to also be supports. I think that will feel right. Right, so we're out of spruce there. We are one spruce short, except I know we're going to want a few more here. The idea is that there's going to be a bit of a sloping roof, I think is the kind of shape I want here. Maybe we'll make this bit flat, and then from here, from there up to there, we want these three, I suppose, the ones that make up the actual building section, to be a bit taller first, I think. Nice sunset. Woo, sitting on the dock of the bay. Okay, a slight change of mind. I think I'm going to have this top bit, which is the actual building, up to there. And then actually I think it will go as a straight slope all the way to there. So we might want to move this middle row up a bit. Anyway, on this side, what do we need to do? 3, 2, 3, and then the jump. Will we make it? No. I think I got complacent. I think I even took my finger off forwards thinking I was going to overshoot it. Oh, how wrong I was. Right. Cool. Okay, so look, we're slightly running out of things like wood. Well, actually, no, not wood. Sorry, things like stone. We're starting to run out of. But I'm going to try and get some sort of roofing done here so that we can at least get a feel for it. And I think we do still want green roof. I don't know if we want it to be flat, though. That's the thing I'm scared of here, is making our roof too flat. Okay, so actually, you know what? I have an idea for a design that I think will be pretty cute. We'll see if this works. It may not work, but it may look really good. So I'm thinking of doing that. And that. Okay. We'll have to do this from underneath. Actually, it's going to be a little bit weird. We'll come round each corner like this. And then, of course, we'll do this. So the roof will have like a slight sort of slant to it here. If we look from underneath. Just get rid of these. This will give us the best feeling of what it will look like. So you'll get this kind of like that kind of feeling of a bit of an overhang. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. Okay, slightly missed. No, we keep missing. Okay, all right, we made it. So let's see how much. Let's see how much willow we can place here. Alright, let's see what that looks like from underneath. Oh yeah, we haven't actually finished carving it properly out yet. But I'm thinking it's feeling pretty nice already, you know. Because the other thing we can do to make it feel more 3D is actually properly carve out the underside too, which we haven't done yet. Okay. Do you see what I mean? Because look, because you see here, wait, hold on. To continue it up, actually everything inside of there can be slabbed like that. And anyway, we've got these bits here to do, don't we? We actually can't reach them. Okay, I'm gonna need to make some platforms. Right, and after much chiseling later, yes, I'm happy with it. Oh yeah, I made a mistake up there. We need to just jump up there and give it a go. Yeah, I think it works. Like, I think this all just works. So we just need to do that. I think that one, because it's on top of a block, is going to be a whole block. Yep, that was the problem, was that I chiseled from underneath. So all we need to do is work out, I suppose, then where, or like how, I suppose, rather, this is going to slope down. Let's have a look at it from our viewing spot over here, where we've been looking at the thing. Yeah, I think it's going to look good. It's going to look good. So there's certain things I've started but not finished here. Like, for example, on this side, this wall is done because the ground is higher. Over here, yeah, less so. Less complete down here. Similarly, we need to go out and get more basalt, smooth basalt, because I quite like these caps on here, but we're fully out. And I also figure that basalt might play its part in some of the roof structures too, or like inputting some beams across. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it. We've made a really nice start on the dock here. Let's go and get our boat and bring it in, shall we? And I obviously want to put some ladders on. Wow. These guys here, you see we've got no ladders. But yeah, this is like the main dock, I suppose, right? I don't know. Where'd the boat? Oh, the boat broke. Fantastic. Well, on that bombshell, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I certainly have. Thank you very much for watching. Remember the link in the description for submitting your requests for your honorary plaque, as a way of me saying thank you for all of you who are in the first 1,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now. Get in there, submit your request, become a part of our world here. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. All right, take care. Peace.